Hello there. My name is Toby, game developer at pearlemongames.com. If you want to play our games, visit pearlemongames.com. In this tutorial, we're going to be adding changes in our project's file to the local and remote repository using git add, git commit, and git push. GitHub Desktop made Git process simpler through the use of its interface. So what is git add? So what is git add? To put it simply, git add is the process of adding file changes in the working directory and staging or preparing them to be recorded through git commit. Now, git commit is used to finalize changes that were staged or prepared to the current working branch, and in our case, the main branch. Now, git push is basically uploading our local commits or local changes to the remote branch. Now, let's get started. Now, for our current project, we can see here that we have two changes. So these are just changes in this configuration of the working directory. We don't see any changes yet with the project itself. So we're going to be changing the state of our project using Unity. So let's add a simple 3D object and then just save and then go back to GitHub Desktop. Now we can see here that a file is added, signifying that a change has been made. So specifically, it's in the asset scenes and our sample scene. Now we're going to be committing this to our local repository, and then we're going to be pushing it to our remote repository. So a good practice in making a commit to our branch is to make the commit simpler. So basically, we don't put different changes into a single commit. We need to make them in separate ones. So for this one, what we did is we just added a cube to our project. So what we're gonna do is to commit that change by clicking this one. So we're gonna be creating a commit title. So for the subject, we need to make sure that it's a simple summary of what happened. So we can say that we added a cube. And then for the description, we can put here a more detailed explanation. We can also add comparison from the previous version to what we change. So what is now different than before, and then the reason for changing. And we can also put here if there's anything to watch out for or anything remarkable. So in our case, we can just type in here that we added a. All right, now we're ready to commit. So for this so for GitHub Desktop, we don't have the process to prepare the changes. Instead, when we click on commit, it will automatically stage or prepare the changes and commit directly to our branch, which is the main branch. So we can click on commit now. And then if we click on history, we can see now the commit that we just made. So there are other options here. We can revert changes and we can also undo. We can also create a separate branch for this commit. But what we're going to do here is we're going to sync this local repository to our remote repository. In our remote repository, we can see here that the latest change or the latest commit that we've pushed is the fix git ignore commit. So we can see that in here, fix git ignore. And now we'll be pushing our local repository to match it with the remote one. So just click on push. And then let's go back to our remote repository. Just click on refresh. And there we have it. If we click on the latest commit here, we can see all the file that were changed. So green signifies that a data has been added to the the file. And then if we click on here, we can see the data about the object that we just added. So just to recap, any changes that we want to record to our local and remote repository, we need to do the git add and git commit process. Make sure that every detail is properly documented. If we want to synchronize our local and remote repository, all we need to do is to git push. And that's about it for this tutorial, and have a great day.